Good morning. It's Monday morning, September 12th, 2011. We start a new week and we start a bit on the foggy side. We had we have low-level moisture hanging around the coast from all the rain events we've been dealing with the past several weeks. And this low-level moisture combined with temperatures in the lower to mid 60s led to areas of fog developing throughout Connecticut, the New York City metropolitan area, much of New Jersey, and of course much of eastern Pennsylvania. Visibility fell down below a mile in some locations. The good news is that a lot of this fog is starting to lift and temperatures are starting to warm up so that the humidity is not as bad as what we had earlier this morning. Earlier this morning we were around 100%, obviously with the fog, but now those humidity levels are rapidly falling off. So what can we expect for today? Well, the infrared satellite picture, should I say, is showing us that what's left of our upper level low and the remnants of Lee is finally starting to exit out into the Atlantic. We still have this stationary boundary that separates a warm, slightly above normal temperature air mass with some humidity from a very humid and very tropical air mass over parts of South Carolina, North Carolina, and southeastern Virginia. This air mass to the south of here will produce scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. The air mass over the northern Mid-Atlantic, though, will still be capable of producing a few isolated showers with heavy downpours at times, will also feature plenty of clear skies and comfortable weather conditions. Better to be in the lower 80s with a dew point in the mid 60s than in the mid 80s with a dew point around 70. So clearly we're dealing with a warm air mass, slightly humid, but not oppressive in any way, shape, or form. So we'll deal with a few isolated showers this afternoon as this disturbance finally exits, and then this high pressure system over the Tennessee River Valley will build in tonight on through tomorrow, producing tranquil weather conditions, still humid conditions, but for the most part temperatures comfortable with highs in the upper 70s to lower 80s. We have a major change though in the forecast, and it involves this frontal boundary and this powerful cold front over the northern plains that will have a major impact on our weather pattern. So let's take a look at our forecast. Well, I'm using the GFS model guidance, but really the best model guidance to use is the European model guidance, but they're so close that really you could use either one at this time, at least for the next 7 days. Beyond that, I strongly suggest going with the European model guidance. So for today, again, we'll have a threat for isolated showers, but not a significant threat. Notice over the mid-Atlantic, we really don't have a lot of moisture at the mid-levels of the atmosphere. So for the most part, I really don't expect any type of widespread threat. But here's our disturbance finally exiting, and it's been a pain, but it's finally going away. For tonight, the disturbance moves off the coast. You can see it right here. That will allow skies to start to clear. Still an isolated threat for a shower up until about 7 p.m. and then thereafter we start to clear out. A lot of this precipitation is basically around 0Z to 2Z. So we're talking about basically from 6 p.m. to about 9 p.m. we get an isolated shower threat along the coast of New Jersey. But I really think once the sun sets, the threat's over. So that's why I say 6 p.m., 7 p.m. will probably be done. Moving forward, going in towards tomorrow, we'll end up with clear skies and comfortable conditions with plenty of dry air in place. But we have a cold front that will be approaching, and by Wednesday, as we move forward in time, you could see, jumped ahead there, here we go, Wednesday, you can see our cold front boundaries moving ahead. Now, the upper level trough is still associated, that's associated with this cold front, is located over the Great Lakes. But the surface boundary is well ahead of the upper level lifting. As a result, the showers will be really isolated to widely scattered. I don't expect any major precipitation event. The big change you'll notice is the temperatures and dew points will be crashing on Wednesday evening. Now by Thursday, as we move forward, our upper level trough is positioned over the eastern Great Lakes through eastern Canada. We have plenty of subsidence or sinking air settling over the northern mid-Atlantic. I wouldn't be surprised if a few isolated showers are breaking out over portions of the eastern Great Lakes, but I think that the northern mid-Atlantic remains dry. This out here is Hurricane Maria, which will, well, Tropical Storm Maria now, it's expected to become a hurricane, but will remain well off the coast and move into the northern Atlantic. We have precipitation over the southern mid-Atlantic, but we remain dry, and our temperatures really start to fall off for Thursday, and high pressure basically remains in control all the way through this weekend. Now, this high pressure system will provide, should I say, a powerful polar air mass. What I'm expecting are clear skies, temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s for highs, and lows in the mid 40s to lower 50s. So basically, if you're in northeastern Pennsylvania, northwestern New Jersey, or the Hudson River Valley, especially in some of those more isolated valleys, do not be surprised if you actually see maybe some frost, perhaps the end of your growing season already in mid-September. This will be a very cool air mass that will take hold, and you'll certainly feel it. Let's just say you won't need your air conditioner by the time Thursday morning comes around. And this high pressure system will remain in control all the way through the weekend and into early next week. Now, once this high pressure system starts to give way, we'll warm up a bit. We'll head back in towards the 70s. But I think for the most part, I think we're pretty much done with the mid to upper 80s and the very humid conditions. I think the warmest we get from here on out is the upper 70s to lower 80s with some bouts of humidity as several different troughs that originate over the northern Pacific, dive down into the northern plains and work on their way east. So we're definitely entering a new weather pattern here for the northern mid-Atlantic, one that should usher in cooler temperatures, below normal temperatures, and very low humidity. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Thank you for trusting in NYNJPA Weather as your severe weather source for the northern mid-Atlantic. You can always follow NYNJPA Weather on Twitter, Facebook, and of course at NYNJPAweather.com. Have a great day and enjoy the weather out there.